no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. And I don't need you to okay it. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. They can't take it to 10.
Feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? In the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't call us dangerous. Ain't too many can play with us. See what this game here taking us? No barber, ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much. Actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard from your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my whole team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like what? In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like what? Whole squad like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke, no. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. I've been so my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't panic surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like what? In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like what? Whole squad like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. You don't want problems.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Fant, the first-round pick out of Iowa, taken 20th overall. Second tight end taken in the draft. Amazingly, the second Iowa tight end taken in the draft. His teammate T.J. Hawkinson, 8th overall. He was selected by the Lions. But Noah Fant really wowed everyone in Indianapolis at the Combine, and now trying to parlay that into an impressive NFL career. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On second down, Johnson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Third and long for Joe Flacco. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson, and this is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play action for Miller. Now Watson going deep for Hopkins. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line, a beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They begin the drive with Johnson. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Now Flacco. Flushed out right. And that's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
You're over here.
On the toss, here's Johnson. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Third down, Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. This is the tight end Fant, and he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Watson, option left, and an alley to run. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally down at the 36-yard line. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
47. Let's go. 47's the mic. 47.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the Broncos' 37-yard line.
We're set. 19. Check. 53's Mike. I got him.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. It's picked up by the Broncos. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Set. 19. Mike 34. Come on. You better bring it.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. picked up by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
After the interception, here's Watson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, he was just trying to contain DeAndre Hopkins, and he got a little too close.
And because of his ability to line up in different spots on the field and come at you from different angles, different guys have to cover him, and all of them have the same issue. How do you do it without interfering? In this case, it didn't get done.
After the penalty, it's Miller. And an alley to run. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Watson going deep for Hopkins, and that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Incomplete. Chris Harris on the coverage.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Throwing again is Watson. He'll find Miller. That's complete.
Complete to Lamar Miller. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 6-0 our score after 1. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out. Out of the gun, Watson. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away, and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
On second down, it's Johnson. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Third down, Flacco from the gun. And that will be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Sometimes you get just a little over-eager defensively when you've got people backed up because the mentality is to attack, take the ball away, or at worst, just keep them backed up there for your own offense. They actually used their aggressiveness against them on that one and hit them big.
Absolutely. Had him pinned on the 2. Not anymore. They keep it with Miller on first down. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn it.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Von Miller in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now, 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, shame on them, Coach Davis. They went against your advice. They threw the football, and now they're backed up to punt this away.
They're actually fortunate. They went against my advice, but they didn't turn it over, right? No takeaway for the defense. They'll punt it now. They probably could have gained a few yards if they ran it, though, and helped out with field position.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And out of bounds. This will depend on where they spot it, and they'll say at the 45. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Benardrick McKinney, a first-time Pro Bowler a season ago, in on the tackle there.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Operating out of the gun, Flacco. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. There he goes, right side. And it's a touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, Second year, even more success. A pick six for a touchdown.
Great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year two, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well. Showed right there.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. A first down carry here for Johnson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They stay on the ground on first for Johnson. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Operating off play action, Flacco. Got a man open, it's Sutton. 20, 10, and all the way home for a Bronco score. Cortland Sutton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Well, Flacco will lead him up as they're going to go for 2.
It's just me and you.
Here's Flacco to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Watson now, throwing again. It's complete to Fuller. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
13 yards on the play.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Now a first down throw, Watson. He finds his man Johnson. And he's got room. A big play there on the catch of and run, 47 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up even more big plays.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Darren Fells, his second touchdown on the season. And the Texans have once again taken the lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead is now 2. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So after the face mask, they get to start all the way up past the 35 now. They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Back to throw. Johnson. And incomplete here. So a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's third down. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for, and it's third down. From the gun, Flacco. Airing it out for Hamilton. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Watch the run. Switch. Whip. Monday. Mike 51. 6'6", pull it hard. Here we go. Swing.
Throwing here on first down, Flacco. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Noah Fant, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field. and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Watson on first down. He sets to fire deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson, it's complete to Hopkins. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
We're set. 19. Check. 53 is mine. Ricky. Put the boys down. He's coming. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike 53. Mike 53.
On first down, it's Watson. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
10 more yards. Complete to Lamar Miller. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches. At the
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll run for him with Hyde. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Carlos Hyde in the final seconds of the first half as they have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 2. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Check.
Barring a flag, final play here for Flacco and company. He's going to air one out. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
Let's go.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Got an open man. It's QT. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup. First down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On first down, Watson. And the catch made by Johnson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Again, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. They find some open field here. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 27 yards there, a first down.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory. Down at the 31. Watson with a give to Miller. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Ron Parker. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, shoot.
Flacco from the gun. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 29-yard line.
This is it. Great team. Here we go.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That's on the 1st-round pick, number 23 overall, Titus Howard. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, here's Watson. Flush to his right. And avoids the contact by sliding. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
He's trash.
on third down. Watson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Flacco off play action. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. To pass, Flacco. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Zach Cunningham able to record his 5th sack of the season. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll run it with Johnson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Flacco. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
They begin with a run by Miller. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 49-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Chance-772's. Chance-53's mine. All day.
From just shy of midfield, Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
53's the mic. 53's the mic. Come on, let's go. Come on, boy.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's got this down to the 35. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. And that's going to be incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Check, 47. Go, 46. 47.
Throwing again is Watson. He gets this one to Johnson. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 7-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in the zone.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of the team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And not much there. Maybe a yard up in the 24. Third down, Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Flacco now on 4th. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
You're set. 19. You remember me. You remember me. Let's go, baby.
They'll run on first down. Miller. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
He wasn't ready.
Well, no doubt here in the 4th quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll try the air now with Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now Watson on 3rd down. Steps away. He can run for it, and he will. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. They're going to go for it now, 4th and 2. Remember, they can still get the first down at the 1-yard line, though. Here we go on 4th. Watson, it's complete, swings it out to his running back. But he will not get away. He stopped short of the marker. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate, as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Now Johnson. He's got daylight. The 40. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big run there by Johnson. 75 yards. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Freeman. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
Second and goal at the Texans' 8-yard line.
It's second and goal back to the 8-yard line now.
Check 13. Check 13. Monday. Yes. Tighten up.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to third and goal. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on third and goal. Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So a field goal gets you back within a score, but they're going to go for the bigger chunk here. Kicking team on the sidelines. Offense on for fourth down.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Check 50.
They're going to try it. Here's Flacco. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all three timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Flushed out right. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Miller. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. And they take a knee. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, Pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now